Hey, what's up, my frag heads? It's your boy J Rocks. Today I'm gonna be hitting you with another fragrance review. Today we'll be reviewing something from the house of Kilian, and this is Kilian Vodka on the Rocks. I'm gonna be hitting you with the three P's: price, presentation, performance. Then we'll get into the scent. So let's start off with the presentation. This right here is how the bottle actually looks. It's a 50 ml bottle, being 1.7 ounce. This is a 30 ml decant. It's not the full 50. It's close enough. All right, so presentation, the bottle is kind of simplistic. Just a basic bottle, it's black. Give it about a 6. Now, let's get into the price and performance. Okay, let's talk about the longevity a little. Here I get about 3 hours. Maybe on a good day I could get 4 hours. I've been using this mainly on like the weather here has been in between 75 degrees and 85 degrees the last few days, which is the days I've been wearing this. So I think in the weather in the 70s, I think this is where it's at. For this particular fragrance, is where it shines around that weather where the sun's out, but it's not like real dry, heavy heat. So I think it just needs to be on a decent day. Also, if it's a cold, windy day, I haven't tried it on that weather, but I'm not sure this projection. I don't think it'll cut through that wind. And on a hot day, I'm not sure how long it will hold up in high heat. So I think in that weather we've been having lately is where this will shine the best. And yeah, like I said, the projection's decent. It's not bad. I mean, people around you will smell it for at least that first hour. The longevity though is it's about 3 hours. It's really doesn't last too long. This is almost like something you would wear for just a particular occasion, somewhere you're gonna go, you know you're gonna be there 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're gonna be back. It will last for that. But as a signature scent or your everyday use type of thing, I wouldn't necessarily wear this. Also because the price, I wouldn't wear this as a everyday thing. So yeah, the performance, I'd give it maybe a 5. All right, I'm gonna switch things up a little and I'm gonna talk about the scent some, and then we'll get into the price last. Because I think for what the price this is, it's kind of important that you know what you're getting. So I think I should explain the scent and so forth first, so then I could explain to you why the greater the price gets. If you feel me, like if that makes sense. So let me get to that. Okay, let me spray this a little. I think most of it mixed right there. There's a nice opening. This is a great opening. That first blast when the initial spray is real nice, and you do get that boozy note. It does smell like alcohol in my opinion. Just upon the opening, you get that like how could I say, like maybe if you try that tequila or that vodka, the clear ones, not the color ones, just the white clear ones, you get some of that smell right away. All right, now it feels very fresh on the opening. You do get kind of that liquor scent. Once it dries down a little, give it 5 minutes or so. It it settles down a little, and what I get from it is, have you guys ever? I do this sometimes. Like I get a bottle of vodka, a bottle of tequila. You put it in the freezer. Once you take it out, the bottle's all frozen. It has the frost glass look to it, and the liquor inside, it's no longer watery. It gets thicker. It's kind of almost like syrup. It's like a syrupy texture. Okay, it's not as thick as like honey. Honey's thicker. But it's like pancake syrup. Okay, so you get that syrupy texture on the alcohol, right? And with the cold bottle and the frostiness around it, you open it and you smell it. That's what this smells like. It smells exactly like that. So okay, so like say that scent, or when you just have cold ice, and the cold air that comes out of it, the mist, and you're smelling it. You get that smell, and you get that smell when you have one of those bottles fresh out the freezer. So if you know what to expect by that name, vodka on the rocks, you picture what you think it would smell like. As far as that goes, the perfumer on this, they did a good job recreating what they had in their imagination or in their head, what they feel that smells like. I think they really nailed it. It smells like that to me. Now the bad thing about this is it only lasts about an hour, hour and a half. Then this scent kind of dies down, and you get this other smell. That's like it's like water, but not like water in the ocean or in a swimming pool or lake. Nothing like that. It's like if you just buy a bottle of water and it's cold, you put it in a bowl, and say you had ice in it, then the ice melts and it's just cold water, like really freezing cold water on a bowl, and you smell it. It changes from that scent, like vodka on the rocks, to just cold water. So it's weird because it's like a scent where you say, well, water doesn't smell like anything, but yet at the same time it does. Kind of like when you drink water, you say it has no flavor, but when you're drinking it, you know it has some type of flavor to it, right? Like you know you're drinking water. Same thing when you smell when you smell a if you smell a bowl of just cold water and you smell it like when ice melts on a bowl or whatever, you smell it and you know it has some type of fresh odor to it of cold water. That's what this changes to. So it has for that first hour, hour and a half, I really enjoy the scent. Then it changes to almost like I was like, is it just a skin scent now? So soft projection, and it's not really that. It's just that it's this scent that is the scent itself, the smell that is soft. Not. I don't know if I'm making sense there, but I'm talking about the smell is not very distinguished, if that makes sense. So so you don't get a lot. You don't get to enjoy it very long. You know what I mean? So that's kind of tricky. The scent itself is not bad if you know what vodka, like if you kind of have an idea of what it's gonna smell like, and you know what you're buying, then go for it. If you're expecting something else, like because that doesn't have like really any strong odor to it, really. Like if you drop vodka on yourself, people will say you smell like alcohol, like you've been drinking what you drop on yourself. Like, oh, I spilled a cup or whatever, right? It'll have a scent to it. You kind of get that with also a cold freshness to it. So it is refreshing. It's nice. I enjoy it. Times to wear it is where it's gonna get tricky. This is only gonna last you, like I said, maybe 3 hours. So this and also the price on this. This is like 300 bucks for a 50 milliliter, being 1.7 ounces. So that's expensive. That's a lot. That's not your casual purchase. That's more of a something you splurge on that you've been wanting for a little bit, for a few weeks or whatever. So I think the market for this, it would be more like someone that maybe has an important board meeting or something, works in doing a sales pitch somewhere, someone like that. They got this kind of money, they would buy something like this, and they're just gonna be at that meeting 2 hours. So it's more than enough time. This will last you more than enough time to handle all that. But for the majority of the other people, I think this would be a skip. This is it's not worth the price tag. It's a nice scent, it's decent, but it's I think it's a small market for it. I wouldn't recommend anyone to spend their money on. It's not a great scent where I could tell you spend 200 bucks on it. It's worth it. It's and it lasts. You get performance and it smells great. This isn't that, in my opinion. I would give the scent about uh maybe 7.25. It's an alright scent. The price I would give, like I said, the price is a little tricky on this one because for your average everyday goer, I'd give that price like a 4. But for somebody, even somebody that say you have more than enough money, you could buy this, I still wouldn't recommend you do. You know what I mean? Unless you have a specific job where it lends itself where you're gonna be using it more often. I would still give that price. Even then, maybe like a 6. Still not a great price for what it is, especially not for 1.7 ounces. So That's my grade for the price and for the scent itself. The overall rating, that could fluctuate because depending on where you are money wise and stuff. Like I said, either way, it's still not the greatest purchase. One thing I do like about these Kilians, they do a great job naming their products and giving you a good interpretation of when you're like, okay, you smell it, you go, that name makes sense. Like what I'm smelling, the name goes with it. It has a theme to it. Also, they have really nice boxes. So the presentations, the boxes they come in, that wows you. That's like, oh, that looks nice. So they do a good job marketing wise. I gotta really give it to them. But this particular scent, I think I said all I really need to say about it. If you wanna check me out on all my rest of my social media, the links will be down below. Hit that like button if you watched that video and enjoyed it. You know what's up. Hit the subscribe button if you wanna watch more of the same. And that's about all I really got to say about all this today. And I'll just check you guys out next time.